Hello everyone, my name is Arjun Sharma. I am presenting a topic evaluate a topic of the techniques of separation and mixture of the particles of the shape. But separation are a more of types. First, handshaking, threading, viewing, slowing, sieving, evaporation, distillation, filter and sedimentation. Separating funnel and magnetic separations is the many method of the more of types. But first of the techniques of the separation. Separation is a call of the disjoint of the method of particles particles. You have a scene of the separate the substance and filter of tea and powders, making a some method of these. First, handpicking. Handpicking. Handpicking is a one method of the manually separated a, a more of grain and rice. Weight of the handpicking is the have dust of the pickles. What is a handpicking will make a more advantage and disadvantage of having more types. What advantage is the use of the remove figure particle dust from the smaller gain and method take the time of less quantity of the substance. Efficiency of the going using method of the higher than. What disadvantage of the having it is a time consuming process. It is a cannot be particles small of size or it is possible of the substance visibility of a different size. Some more common substance of the threadings. What second option of the tracing. Tracing. Tracing is a start of gain, dried of the sun. Is having a process of the dry of the sunlights to a process of the heavily and worked of the machine sure what having any more advantage and disadvantage. What advantage it help in increasing productions so as the caters so rising demand. It reduce the dependent on the labors. It allow the quick work, improve efficiency. Yeah, and disadvantage having a pool labor had a face of loss and job and starvation. Many of them look went long via machine. They could pay off bank and the debt of the reside their farms. Not so followers. The explanation of the wheat agriculture also feed the lack of dust walls. What? Having many more separations in flanking of during of the harvesting of the crop in normally small tasks and weeds are dried once of the harvest. The gain of the separate of the small talk of the wheat in gone flowing with the dry stock and shake dried gain and tracing having more types. What? Viewing. Winnowing. Winnow, winnowing when the gain is are the collected from the process of the threshing it need the cleared husk, chaff, calf before the turning of the floor. Normally and separation mixture is carried out with the help of wind of the blowing air. The hunk of wound is strong and farmer draft. The mixture in the certain of the head of the ground, harvested grain and collect at the place. This is a heavier grain particles. Heavier grain particles have a mm, near of near of gate and have smaller particle is the have more fog than it is a mixture container of the high. It has showing of the picture show the efficient and viewing have advantage. Viewing is a different method and which heavier the component is a mixture of the separate and a lighter substance. Lighter substance weigh heavier component. Comb mix out in the separated. And disadvantage, the process is not work to materials. Materials is not so good of work. And gain of the stone, and like like stone gold gold stone. And there is many more method. Third is sieving. Sieving is a filter out of dust particle. It is very commonly used of a cleaning floor. And the sieving is the particles are allowed to the pass of the hole. On the sieving, the bigger impurities remain and sieves. But sieving is the more process of the heavier. Evap, 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 see, it is done of the separate mixture contain the substance mostly different size. The mixture is passed through the pore of sieve. All the smaller substance pass through easily, while the bigger component is the retains. It have it's a small bigger component, smaller component. It's a bigger component. It is not for them. Viewing and threshing have some process. Viewing it viewing it a process of separating hulk of cane. Farmer used to do while the making of cane husk mixture to fall from the hide. During the process, husk gets separated by wind. It is done after the threshing. After the threshing, it is done. But threshing is a process of the weakening of the process. It is a process of the losing of the eligible parts. Farmer used to do while the shrinking of the crop. Hard, hard surface is the surface of the weaving. Oh. And next topic is the evaporation. Evaporation is the techniques that they use the separating of the mixture, usually is solution solvent and soluble solid. It's the method of the soluble heated of the unit organic solvent. Evaporation is the gas of mostly is solid reduced. The example of the wat- water and salt. Water and salt is the mixture of the best example of the evaporation. Is the boiling time? The water is the boi- while the vapors form, and salt is the metal form. In the last of the metal count. And when the salt of the process of the conversion is the liquid and vapors is called evaporation. The salt of the separation of the seawater. And next topic is the distillation. Distillation is the process of the water softening, involving the heating water of this that the soften. After that, the vapor is the concentration, and then the water condense or the all the unwanted element remain the constitutive. Unwanted element is the separated type, and wanted element is a more advantage type. And when the mixture consists of the two or more pure liquid, then the distillation is used. Is the component of the liquid mixture and vaporized form. Is the isolator of the mixture heated and component of the through the concentration of the collect the liquid state. It is the called of distillation process. Advantage. It is a sufficient method of water softening. Softening is smaller process. It is relatively cheap. It is also the refuge, but it have a more disadvantage. The distilling is the done of the larger scale. Is the very high amount of the energy needed. Is the distillation of the water does not contain any oxygen, and the also very tasteless. It's a very high level of the acidity. What next topic is the filtration. Filtration is the most common method is the separating of the liquid and insoluble solid. Its separation takes the example of the mixture and sand and water. Sand is a filter of water. It's the filtration of the to move solid particles. particle in the sleeping method. What is the filtration is a more useful method. The paper and materials have a one tunnel is a and weaker tunnel and weaker is a and show the process and the why are the so solid is the vapor is the upper side and liquid is the lower side in the content of the waters. Sedimentation is the process of which heavier impurities present in a liquid normally water settle down at the bottom of the container containing the mixture of the process is the some amount of time. Is to have a sand and water solution is have, have a is a sand have a lower sand have a lower side and water is the upper side of the in the sometime after it's in the process of the sedimentation. And second example is petrol and water. Petrol have a upper side but a lower side because the water is heavy and petrol is lighter than the separating funnel. Separating funnel, what if some particle is using a separating funnel? It's none of the quality of the sap and piece of the laboratory of glass used in the liquid by the extraction and the solvent phase. Separating funnel is used mainly separate and the immiscible liquid. The mechanism involved in taking advantage of the unequal destiny. The particle of the mixture while water easily separate using these techniques. And last topic is the magnetic separation. Magnetic separation is the techniques of the metal and unmetal solution. It is used the separation of the component. This mixture of the components show the magnetic properties and another one does not is use the extraction metal of the separate the metal from the impurities. When, when the substance or the mixture of the quiet and useful of the strong magnet and frequency. What can what some questions have not not clearly amplifies. And second last method is a sublimation. Sublimation is transition of the substance directly of the solid and gas state with the passing through the liquid state. This is in this type. And water have a three type. Water have a three type and the first is liquid, gas and solid. Solid in a 0 degree Celsius and liquid in a 3 3 to 3 to 10 degree Celsius and 30 degree Celsius, 40 degree Celsius. What gas gas form is a vapor form. The water going to the doing in a 100% 100 degree Celsius of the water, then go and bake and through the change of the condition and purely gas like a gas like a white gas like a of the of other what other of the types. Oh, that and question what are type of mixture type of mixture of the heterogeneous and homogeneous. Heterogeneous is the heterologically and homogeneous is a homogeneous is the integrity of the region and intermediate of the heterogeneous remain the physically distant. Is it Coca-Cola is a mixture although the water of the equally what in the more of the condition have more particles and separations and this sediments and salt mixture, more type of the advantage and disadvantage. I explain a mixture. Mixture in a chemistry word of the mixing of the two particles in and separating in a different type of particles. But mixture is a separating of the particles in the conversion of the thing. Is a material made of the two different chemical substance which is not chemically combined. It is a mixture of the physical combined two more substance which the identical retain in the mixed type of the solution substance and collide. What characteristic of mixture? A substance mixture is separating using the physical method and the filtration, freezing, and distillations. Is there is a little or no energy change in mixture form. Mixture have a variable composition of the compound of the formula. The mixture evaluates substance of the properties in a mixture, while the compound of the properties can change. But mixture have a two types: homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is a characteristic mixture of thoughtful or substance is a portion of the everywhere and mixture differently. The homogeneous mixture same part of the separated in the element. What a solution of the special type of the homogeneous mixture is the ratio of the solute and solvent is and remain the thoughtful of the solution of the particle is not visible. What had the eyes is the homogeneous is the multiple sources and solutions. The particle of the settles is they are combined of the continuous. It it is a part of the example like a water and salt and water solution is a mix of the everywhere and it is a more type of mixture. It have a salt and water. Either mix them, then not to separate them. Then it is a process of vaporization. Vapori- Vaporization is well is the water container is the and heated of the water and water 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 then change the vapors and salt in the heavy metal and down of the separated of the things and heterogeneous mixture have more of types. It have a mixture is is a sand and water. Sand and water. Sand or water water when it is mixed them then water in upper side and sand in downside of the sometime after what in a separated time is not of the side, so evaluate them then what I have a more of heavily present in PPT, have a thank you and showing so more sufficient. So I completely of the work in a 2 hours of a times.